Hello, this is my Google Classroom. I made it from, well, I designed it a lot like a class I taught at Pulaski Tech for a number of years called Developmental Reading. I did make updates on my syllabus and have included the updated syllabus on this first stream slide. Here's um, my welcome post. And in it talks about some dates and things that we're going to learn, my objectives, and then here's my syllabus. And this is great, but I don't like this right here because I've tried to delete it and I couldn't delete it, and it just pushed my syllabus further down the page. In classwork, here I have created my classroom. Oh, let me go back to the syllabus just a second. In my syllabus, I updated the books here. I have updated my grading distribution. There will be 4 vocabulary quizzes in this class. There's going to be 4 journal entries. Participation is points, and the final will be a final exam that's worth 100 points. And I changed my policy to state that in an online class, there's only 1 absence without penalty. And then if you keep going down, I went down to my course schedule, and this is where I changed it up. I made each module, there's 4 modules, and I made each module a different color. Each module consists of 4 weeks. This class did have a lot of bookwork in it, but I have tried to change that up. If you'll notice in this first module, all the class dates that you see with the asterisk is a synchronous class. Without an asterisk, it's an asynchronous class. And here at the module 1, you see that we're going to look at the syllabus, look at the textbooks, cover the vocabulary in chapter 1, and take the pre-assessment. And then in the second week, chapter 1 is the dictionary use with the chapter 2 vocabulary and context, and then a vocabulary book that's chapter 2. This class is a remedial class that students are placed in this class according to what they scored on their Compass test, and they have to pass this class with an A, B, or C before they can enroll in college reading, and they have to take college reading before they can, and pass it with an A, B, or C before they can take other classes in the general curriculum or general class makeup. So on the last week, they'll have a reading, and that's what's in parentheses here. That's what it's called in the textbook, and they will provide a journal entry. They'll also have a vocabulary quiz for chapters 1 through 4. And I go through that because it'll help me with my classwork. Just a second. Okay, back to classwork. The first thing is the introduction to the model. It kind of tells you what is going to be expected in the module, the due dates. It also has some resources that I was going to use within my course. I have a couple of videos on main idea and how to use a dictionary. a couple websites, a PDF, things like that for my resources. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is kind of like in my introduction. It's not introduction, but it's the resource tab. And then if you go down, everything where it says task 1 here, or introduction 1, all the other tasks are numbered 2, 3, 4, 5. And in my introductions, you click on that. We're talking about introducing yourself to the class, tell a little bit about you. Classmates can comment on the postings of others, and I did it in Padlet form. So this is what it'll look like when the students open it, and they can add their own entry into the Padlet, and also comment on others. So that's kind of my discussion there. That's my discussion part. And then I assigned a reading for the third task. And I generally, I looked at the textbook and kind of took an example from there. We were talking about reading in the textbook 10 Steps to Building College Reading Skills. We're talking about chapters 1 and 2. And one thing I do not like about Google Classroom is that you can't bold type things, or I didn't. I just could not figure out how to do that, but it might be able to be done. But in all my few years of working with Google Classroom, I've never been able to figure that out. The syllabus, and then it tells you to go over the syllabus, and then it talks about reading chapters 1 and 2. And then 3, it says watch the video, when and how to use a dictionary and when not to use a dictionary. Locating the resources tab, which if you go back up to the introduction, it has it listed there. My journal entry. After you read Night Nurses, they have to respond in a journal entry type. It has a part A and part B. When they are doing this, it tells them right here, do not submit this assignment or it will not be an ongoing document. It says that as the teacher, I can access their journal without them submitting it. And then it has the activity here, what the journal entry should be about. And I created a writing journal. And as long as they don't submit this, it will keep on going for the whole entire class. So they wouldn't submit it till after entry 4. And what they do is they click on it. And then it kind of just, it's a Google Doc, so it just keeps adding to it. And then I can always look into it and see what's going on, answer any questions, give them feedback. But this is a simple version of writing a writing journal. So then I created an assessment. In this assessment, this is the pre-assessment that we used. It's in Google Forms, and it has a key with it, so it automatically grades it as they go along. And they can see, or I can see the information, what the grade is, and then I can let them see it afterwards. Let's see. It's just a multiple choice test that they take. It tries to show what reading skills that they they have as strengths and which reading skills they have as weaknesses. And there's 15 questions. So let's move on. In people, you can see here, you can see here that I tried to add and I tried to send out emails. Invited. I did send an email to this one. And you just do it by this. And the other one, the email I sent, and I think I emailed you a copy of it, was just something welcoming them to the class and asking them to follow the activities as are listed on the classroom. And here I can just here I'm just answering a question this way. I'm posing it as something that Karen sent me, and I am looking for resources to send her. So let's go back to the classroom. But that is basically my reading skills developmental class. If you have any questions, just please let me know. I'm sorry about the presentation and my internet connection earlier. Have a good day.